But come mid-March or back in March of 2020, it seems like so long ago, events closed everywhere.
Yeah.
Everything. And so you had to figure out what you were going to do. And so I'm interested, before we get into the actual, like the pivot, if you will. Like, did you have like a depressing moment? Did you have like a super negative moment? And like, I feel like it's okay to have those things, right? But I think some people are like 90 days into this and still having that negative moment. And so to me, like, I had one literally for 1 hour on one afternoon, and that's it. And because I had been building up through so many other challenges with business and with personal life, and through like things that I could control, to like go through challenges, to callous myself to get ready for it, so that when it did happen, I was able to quickly get myself out of something like that. And so did you have that moment where you were like, this is going on for a long time, I don't know what I'm going to do? Like, did that go through your mind?
Yeah, it actually was kind of a two-step process for me. Trade shows are generally planned out at least 3 months in advance, and sometimes 6 months or a year. So you have pretty much a schedule going. And I was getting ready to go to a networking meeting. There's a nice networking group here in Williamsburg, and they were having a mixer kind of thing. And that day, I started getting phone calls. It was early in March, and they said, "Mike, we're not allowed to fly any longer, so we think we're going to have to postpone our show, but we're not sure. We'll let you go and let you know in a day or so." And I probably got 4 or 5 of those calls, and then I left for the networking meeting. And as you go around the room explaining what it is you're going to do, I thought, what am I going to say? So the words that just kind of flew out of my mouth was, "Hi, I'm Mike Descher. I used to be in the trade show business." And so that was my kind of verbal admitting to myself that, oh, we're going to have to do something different, because guess what? All your business for the rest of the year has canceled. And then the day after that meeting, we started finding out that convention centers were going to be closing.
At that point, did you know, had you been staying abreast of the...
Yeah, we were following it, and we were trying to think of, what would happen if we had to cut space down or something like that. But at the time, we hadn't even really heard how contagious this was. They hadn't yet put out, it was really the very early first week in March or last week in February, I think. I should have looked before we got on the air. But right around that time frame, it's still very early, where even the government was announcing that, oh, this is just a hoax, it's going to go away in a couple of days. So,
yeah, I mean, I think there's no way to really look at something and know the severity of it beforehand. And so, could there have been? We could sit here and dwell about could have, would have, should have, right? But I don't think that that's like the thing that really progresses a good a good lifestyle, if you will. Yeah. So you're in what event was that you're at in Williamsburg?
It's called Networking Over Williamsburg.
Okay, and that was what, mid-March at that point?
That was first part of March. I think it was like the 6th or 7th of March, something like that. So it was very early. And I didn't have another show planned until the end of April. And the next one from there was in October. So I wasn't really in panic mode yet, other than the one that was already in process, right?
Yeah, it seemed like no one was really in panic mode, at least in Southeastern Virginia at that point. Yeah. And most of your business is not done locally, or am I wrong on that?
No, it's not done locally, because we really don't have any convention centers per se. Please don't beat me up about that. It's not exactly true. But there is a fairly large convention center.
Anyone that, anyone that wants to get mad at you for saying that there's not a large event space, there isn't. It's
there
not,
really isn't. And there's no infrastructure to support it.
Yeah, there's no. I mean, I'm thinking Orlando and Vegas are probably the 2 biggest ones.
And DC and New York.
Yeah. So I'm just thinking, it's not an unfactual statement to say that. So.